Hi, and welcome back to another stream. 5 a.m. in the morning again on a Saturday, but I think this should be the last one for a little while again. I've been forcibly pushing back my sleep routine, and it's kind of working. The downside is I'm very tired. And not just from waking up, like generally very tired. So, Art Fight has started, and I didn't get all my references done in time. But that's okay, I'm not going to stress about that. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to carry on with these streams for now, doing these references. And then once Art Fight is over, what I really would love to do is start taking requests and commissions. That way, I'll always have something to draw. But I just want to make sure I'm not copying Tali's pose here. Art Fight. How's everyone doing? Comments really help, by the way. They give me a sort of sense of direction as to where I want to go. What to talk about. I can answer things. You know, the general thing. You know how comments work. Sorry for my voice today, it's a bit raspy, I think. It feels like it is, anyway. There you are. Okay, should be okay. Do... goes like that. She is going to be facing away from the center, though. That should be fine. This leg needs to be here. That leg needs to come out that way. One moment. If I'm going to be coughing and spluttering, I want to do it away from the microphone. Every now and then we play Phasmophobia, but because there's not enough consoles in the house, I have to use the VR headset as a secret extra Xbox console. And because of that, I can't mute my microphone. It's built into the VR headset. Or I can mute it, just not so easily. And so I apologize every time I cough. It always feels like I'm coughing a lot. Okay, one hand down there, and one here. I like longer legs than that. I think that should work out. And it should be proportional to the other side of the page as well. And this is only one part though, drawing the character. I've also got to draw some lovely tentacles. Because she has a parasite on her back. It's complicated, shall we say. We'll have her facing this way. Head slightly up. And the net goes in the middle of the back. Has anyone been up to anything? Anyone got any pet stories to talk about? I'm working really hard. Well, not really hard, but I'm working on trying to be friendly enough with the neighbour's cat. Give it a fuss to say hello. It's extremely skittish. But brave enough to want to walk in their house when the door is open. It just doesn't like people at all. I can't quite make judgments about what that says about the neighbours, but I can't help but to make some sort of judgment. I don't think that makes sense. Hands always gonna trip me up, I think. Just the nature of them. Complicated appendages. If I actually looked at a hand, maybe that would help. But I have this really nasty habit of not looking at references properly. Perfect. No notes. I've been trying to figure out what my style reminds me of, and I still can't really think of anything. Some might suggest that that's okay, and I agree. But it still would be interesting to, like, be able to tell visually where my inspirations come from. Because I don't recall. This bone goes that way, and then goes that way. And I'm gonna have to move the hips up because that doesn't feel right. Which means her back arm needs to be a bit shorter. Legs might end up getting shortened. That'd be radical. Did I just say radical because the music is radical? That seems appropriate. I don't know how loud the audio is, by the way. When I go quiet, is it still... Can you hear the music? I wouldn't want y'all to get bored. I've got a lot to do as of late, and because it's Heartfight, I've not been doing much of any of it. Well, that sounds like an excuse. I have been struggling to do any of it, and also Heartfight is happening, my energy is going there. But I really do have a lot to do, so I need to get on with it. I'm going to try my best to kickstart myself on Monday again. And get on with things, like uploading art for a start. I've got my Reforge to do. I've only got some of an episode planned out. Recorded rather. No, I don't plan episodes. Who do you take me for? Someone prepared? Alright, this is not working out as planned. Who'd have thunk it? A girl who has no plan isn't achieving her plan. I wonder if Disney is an inspiration. Probably not with these curves. Why does it matter to me? Well, it doesn't entirely matter so much as it would be cool if people could see my drawings and... One moment. There we go. And emotionally connect with them. Based on familiarity. Because the alternative is they take a long time to instead. Oh, these legs feel very wrong. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to redo this one specifically. And this one, just gonna bring it up a little. Shrinking the legs, that is so unlike me. Okay. Because this hip is higher. And this whole leg should be higher up than the other one. That should give me a better visual indicator. And is throwing me off. She looks too rigid. This whole view is supposed to really show off her tentacles, I think. Did I mention about live drawing last time? Because I really do think that would be beneficial. Being able to actually look at the poses, look at how the body moves, and the muscles sit. All things I don't have under my belt. Really having a problem there. Okay, I also need to really thin her legs down. Like, if I put her side by side with herself, you can see how much shorter she is. Okay. So, legs need to be longer. But not by too much. I think I'm nearly there. What else have I been up to? Today I learned how gachas work. Was it today? Yesterday? Doesn't really matter. So, let's see if I can get this name right. Zenless Zen Zero. There we are. I'm talking about it again. Zenless Zen Zero has gacha agents, but a lot of them are only available during certain events. Now, I had no idea about that, which means my hopes of getting Jane Doe are pretty much dashed. Until she comes back into rotation anyway. And if you already knew how that worked, well, you're probably smarter than me then. But we all have to start somewhere. So my big attempt now is just to try and get Caesar. At least one of her to get her on my roster. Because I think she's a fun character to play as. Her defensive moves are brilliant. And also, I did Trigger's story thing. What they called the little agent story. And her teamed up with Pulchra and Nekomata makes for a very fun every agent on the field team. Like, there were so many people attacking and slashing, I didn't entirely know which character I was at the time. I'm not exaggerating, I really did get confused. Okay. But the leg still doesn't feel like it's anchored. Where is... Give me a line. Yeah. That's no good. So, I'm gonna break her in half. Boop. And I'm just gonna rotate these legs down here. Nice simple fix. It doesn't require too much energy. I still feel like the arms are wrong though. So let's play with them a bit. So we do shoulder, upper arm, elbow, and then a little foreshortening. And a hand. And then this one could be the one that sticks out a little bit. Shoulder, arm, elbow, forearm, hand. Yeah, that seems to work. Climb back in. Couple of shoulder blades. And let's just match her up again, just to be sure. Well, she's still shorter than her counterpart. I think I can do something about that. And grab more of her so that it's a little bit clearer. And just go up. Perfect. See, sometimes all you need is to stretch it, squish it, and you can get the proportions you want. All that effort on her foot, I'm about to cover it up. Ooh. Changing my brush color there. That will probably be fine. I think it's good. I like it. Okay, now we'll put in a face. I should probably look at her references just to make sure I'm good. So I've got lots of characters on Artbyte, but you won't be able to see them there unless you have an account. I don't think you need to be able to, need to actually be involved in the Artbyte. You can be a spectator. But if you want to have a look at so many things that people do, that is going to be one of the best ways to do it. Or you can go onto an art gallery site such as Cheesy Art, or a character collection site like Toy House. Although if you're looking for my stuff, like I said, I haven't uploaded it, so mostly it's on Artbyte at the moment. Artbyte and YouTube. I'm attempting to draw every day. Or at least come close to it. I might still take the Sundays off. As it goes, when the stream finishes today, I'm gonna have to go straight, well, don't have to, I'm going to choose to go straight into drawing something. And I might even take a look at the next character I'm gonna draw on stream. That is for Artbyte. Next character I'm going to draw for Artbyte. I'll show it off on stream. I was going to worry about showing off my sources by accident, but I can just copy paste the image onto, well, on here basically. Give her tiny ears. I haven't given her any ears over here. There we go. Oop, sorry, coughed on stream. Worst thing to ever happen. Whatever shall we do? Oh, there's something else I've not been doing. I've not been doing my Japanese practice. Nihongo renshu janai desu. Okay, she's got slightly different eye shape to Tan. But these eyes were designed, oh my gosh, don't say a decade ago. A long time ago for definite. A lot of design philosophies in the old days. Okay, I don't actually need to draw in the spots yet. But I do want to change these hips up just the tiniest bit. And be subtle about it. Or is that not right? Yeah, it doesn't quite feel right, does it? Real model would be useful. Or oh, I could look up one of those like Da Vinci doll type things. I don't know what they're called. Okay. Well, that's the main character. And then I'm going to draw over top their tentacles. These are parasitic organism of sort. It works in close relationship with her. By and large does what she wants it to, but is never going to let go. And is very self-protective. Doesn't want the host to take damage. Oop. Doesn't want the host to take damage. What else? Can change its shape, absorb nutrients through tentacles, can phase through things. It 100% acts as extra limbs. And instantaneously change the density of the tentacles. Can act like different materials. I don't know, there's a lot to them. Am I inspired by Doc Ock? Maybe. And a little bit of body horror as well. Because over time, these are very slowly and very definitely consuming her. They grow ever so slightly more and more over her body until eventually they'll be entirely in control, because there won't be anything capable of thinking on Selita's side, which is a horrible fate. But you know, I like to prepare. Okay. That's okay, that's okay. And then... I might go on to line work. But I need to fix these hands. Honestly, I think this one's pretty good. Not really gonna do much. But the hands over on the other side, now they're a different matter. And we'll cut the knuckles off there. How did you learn how to draw hands? You just sit at home, looking at your own hand going, ooh, look at that. Or did a teacher teach you how to go, ooh, look at that? I'm pretty certain I've got a pretty bad way of learning. Keep trying the thing until I get it in a way I like it. Without properly learning how to do that. and make it up as I go along, basically speaking. I don't know if I've mentioned yet, these tentacles are a pain in the butt. Because they don't just sit there looking pretty, they also bend the light. Which means that if you want to draw them, well, I'll demonstrate soon enough. Not quite like that. I kinda like that hand actually. It still looks like something out of an AI. Okay. Let's try and do some lines for the next 10-ish minutes. And I'll demonstrate what I mean by the tentacles. Oh, and as usual, first things first, I need to colour the lines blue. Because that's easiest for me to... Oh my gosh, my voice is so rough. That's easier for me to see. Let me see if I can rejigger my voice. Ohayo gozaimasu. Onomae wa Tanrei. Does that help? Am I in a better key, as it were? I don't know. Really, I want it to come naturally. And I'm getting there. Slipping into this kind of voice when I'm talking at home. Like in my natural, relaxed state. Not so much when I'm playing Phasmophobia though. I'm gonna be honest. The focus on the voice goes out the window. The new Chronicle update is really quite fun, but definitely challenging. Especially on the higher difficulties, trying to get photos when the only thing you can take a photo is of the ghost, and that's about it. That's not strictly true, but it's close on the higher levels. I know it's only 5 photos. You can... Let's take Insanity as the difficulty for a minute. You can take a picture of the bone. You can take a picture of EMF reading. And then... Well, I start running out of things. You can take a picture of the ghost, which is really difficult if it's a phantom. Events aren't necessarily common enough. And of course when it's hunting, so you kinda gotta escape somehow. If it sees you too long, there's a good chance it's gonna get fast enough to catch you up regardless. It may sound like I'm complaining. I'm not actually complaining. I'm just explaining how it's more difficult than it used to be. Whereas before, to get a perfect game, you could just take 9 salt pictures and be done with it. So I think if... I can't remember the name of the studio. If they... Yeah, doing the everything best. If the studio adds in a couple more ways for photos to be done, then I think it would avoid some of the tedious waiting, because that's the part where I would complain. On the higher difficulties, when you've run out of photos to take, you're basically just waiting on the ghost. And sometimes that can really be a while. Ain't nobody got time for that. Sorry. I really gotta get off my ZZZ hyperfocus. Spent way too much time on there. It is good fun for sure. There was a particular section of game, if you don't mind the spoilers, where you're fighting along and then you have to fight a bunch of bad guys, narratively speaking, and in-game of course. But it switches from the standard, like, over-the-shoulder-ish third-person view into a side-scrolling combat. Like an old-fashioned arcade brawler. And like, it didn't need to do that. I'm glad it did, it was funny. But I really think they put a lot of love into that game. And a lot of predatory gambling transactions. You won't catch me falling for it though. I've only spent £275 on it. That is a joke. I will admit though, I'm not sure I would spend any money on it. I don't yet see the point. Might come back to bite me later. But I know I've seen people like feeling sorry for the free-to-play players. And I presume what that means is once you've leveled up to the higher levels and once you've done all the early game stuff, as it were, the grind becomes real. Like really, really bad. I don't know, I think I'll have to ask Tylee. He is definitely further ahead than I am, or I'm pretty sure he is. I've only just unlocked Pulchra as someone you can invite out. Which took far too long in my opinion. My very humble opinion, and unbiased. We'll skip that bit. Ooh. I'm definitely faster at doing the art fights, I think. Although... yeah, I'm pretty sure I am. Not because I'm putting in less effort at all. Definitely not that. I think it's because I'm not worrying about it as much. I'm trying not to worry about it here. I might be wrong, they might still take like hour and 40 minutes or something like that. I'll have to check next time I do a drawing. In about 20 minutes. My original plan was to go to mother-in-law's yesterday. But because of the way my sleep schedule works and how late the return was going to be, it was just better to not go. I don't know why I told you that, there was no point in that. It didn't serve any function. Just thinking about where my time is going, what I'm doing. And I've got no one else to chat to right now. So you just get to listen to me ramble. And if you do comment in the YouTube comments, which again, feel free to, I like reading what people put and responding where I can. If you do comment, please maybe add a timestamp, because I don't remember what I said at any point during these things. Comes out my mouth and then it's gone from my mind forever. I'm sure I'm not the only one that does that. But I can very closely guarantee that I'll do that with these streams. Also, TikTok doesn't like me recently. I think over the past year, my average view count of any video post is about 800 views. Pretty much all from the For You page, all that jazz. And at the moment, it is all over the place. I got one that was 200 views, one that was 400, one that was 700. I'm not bothered, I'm just curious. How does any of it get determined? And why does it get determined? We talk about algorithms like they're some sort of mysterious thing. They're really not, they're very, like, human generated. But there's still mystery in how the generation works. Okay, so for this next bit, I'm going to go one layer under. I'm going to go one layer under, and I'm going to thin my brush. Just so it's clearly different. And how the light bends is, well, I make it up as I go, but it kind of displaces the images underneath. Let me get rid of the tentacles for a minute, the sketch work. So yeah. If I do that, it kind of bends the light. If I had 3D model, I think that would be really cool actually, having a 3D model of Solita's tentacles. You could probably more realistically simulate the bending of light. But that is not something I'm particularly skilled with. So I just make do with the best I can. Oh, let me put that there. I've gone quiet again. But hopefully you can, like, see what I was going for. Well, yeah, what I was going for. The design idea from all those years ago. Where the light gets bent and misshapen. One day. Anyway, that is going to be me wrapping up my drawing of Salita for a while. I'll be coming back next week, and there's a good chance that it will be on Friday again. So if you chat to me on Friday and you watch these, I should see you there. What time do I do those? 6 PM BST, British Summer Time, until October, and then it'll be GMT. But no, that's it. I'm gonna thank you for watching if you have. Thank you for commenting if you have. And if you've done neither of those things, that's okay too. I don't mind. Have a good time. Bye bye. Johnny.